You know, so many of us spend our entire lives feeling like we're stuck in the exact same financial loop. But what if you could completely rewire how money flows through your life in just 90 days? We're going to break down a system that promises to do just that. Let's dive in.
Does this look familiar? The paycheck hits your account, the bills immediately drain it, and there's never quite enough left over to feel like you're actually getting ahead. It's this super frustrating cycle, right? But here's the good news. It can absolutely be broken.
Look, the key here isn't some miracle stock pick or a get-rich-quick scheme. It's all about a very specific time frame, just 90 days. Think of it as a dedicated window to install a brand new operating system for your money, one that shifts you from constant anxiety to actual, tangible cash flow.
So why this number? I mean, why not a week or a year for that matter? Well, it's because 90 days is actually built on the real science of how our brains form habits that actually stick around for the long haul.
First things first, you gotta forget that 21-day myth you've probably heard a million times. That's just marketing. Real, lasting change, the kind that actually rewires your brain, that takes somewhere between 66 and 90 days. This 90-day period is what we call the Goldilocks zone. It's long enough to see your debt actually drop or your savings start to grow, which is super motivating, but it's short enough that the finish line always feels within reach. Now, this is where it gets really interesting, because this shows why most of us fail when we try to fix our money. We try to change everything at once, a new budget, new savings goals, a new investment plan, the whole shebang, and our brain just throws up its hands and quits. This system is totally different. It's split into 3 phases, and each one has only one primary focus. You're not fighting your brain, you're finally partnering with it.
All right, so let's dig in. How does this actually work? It all starts with the foundation for the entire system, the first 30 days. And this phase is deceptively simple, but I promise you, it is the most critical one of all.
For these first 30 days, your only job, and I mean your only job, is to become a detective of your own money. No changes, no cuts, and absolutely no judgment. Just pure, unfiltered awareness.
And I mean every single dollar. That coffee you grabbed this morning, that app subscription you forgot about, that little impulse buy on Amazon, track it all. And look, the point here isn't to make you feel bad at all. The goal is simply to see where your money is actually going. Because here's the thing, most of us have absolutely no clue. And this is the secret sauce right here. It's a little psychological trick. When you just observe your spending without any judgment, something kind of magical happens. Your brain starts making tiny, different micro decisions all on its own. You become conscious of your patterns, and that consciousness is the spark that lights the fire for real change.
Okay, so you've made it through the first 30 days. You've been the detective, and now you have the data. You have the clues. It's time to turn that observation into intentional action. Welcome to Phase 2, the restructure.
So in this middle section, from day 31 to 60, we take everything you've learned and we start making some intentional choices. And I really want to stress this is not about depriving yourself, it's about alignment. And we do that with this super simple 3-step process called the priority stack. First, you list out your absolute non-negotiables. You know, rent, food, the basics for survival. Step 2, you get personal. You define your real values. What do you actually want your money to do for you? Do you want security, growth, the freedom to travel? And finally, step 3, you make the cut. Anything that doesn't help you survive or doesn't align with those core values, it's now on the chopping block.
And this right here is the emotional game changer. This is what makes the whole system click. See, you're not actually giving things up. You're trading low-value spending for high-value living. You're simply redirecting your money towards the life you actually want to live. And believe me, that feels powerful, not painful.
All right, we're 2/3 of the way there. By day 60, you've rerouted your cash flow. And guess what? You've created a surplus. You found extra cash. And this is where the real fun begins. In this final phase, we put that new money to work and we accelerate your results like crazy.
So in these final 30 days, from day 61 to 90, we shift gears. You're not just managing money anymore, you're actively building wealth. You've created this cash surplus, and now you've got to choose what to do with it. This system is all about deploying it with a purpose.
So your new surplus has 3 specific jobs. About half of it goes straight to building your safety net. A 1 to 3 month emergency fund is a game changer. It shifts your mindset from desperate to strategic. Another 40% goes to your income stream. This is money you put to work for you. Maybe it's education, a side business, or investing in the market. And finally, a critical 10% goes to a reward. And this part is so important, don't skip it. This is for pure joy. It's a reminder that money is a tool to build a life you actually love, not just a tool for survival.
So, does this stuff actually work? Let's look at some real people. Take Sarah. She's a freelancer, right? In phase 1, she found an extra $180 a month just from subscriptions she'd forgotten about. By day 90, she turned that into a 3-month emergency fund. And the confidence that gave her? It was huge. It led her to raise her rates and boost her income by 30%.
Or how about Marcus? He was drowning in about $8,000 of consumer debt. He made some cuts that were, kind of tough, but they were totally aligned with his value of getting out of debt. The result? In just 90 days, he paid off over $5,000 of it. The money was always there. The system just helped him see it.
And don't think this is just for people struggling to make ends meet. It works for high earners too. Alicia made a great salary but was basically broke because of lifestyle creep. This system forced her to get real with herself and realize her true values were security and learning, not designer clothes. By day 90, she had her emergency fund and she'd invested in a certification that would boost her career even more.
Okay, so this all sounds amazing, right? But let's be real, people do fall off the wagon. And it's super important to know where those pitfalls are so you can just sidestep them. Let's talk about where people get stuck.
So in phase 1, that tracking thing, it can feel like a chore. The fix? Just automate it with an app. Seriously, it's 5 minutes a day. In phase 2, making those cuts can start to feel painful. The solution is to keep your written values right in front of you. Review them every day to remember your why. And in phase 3, people freeze up. They don't know how to deploy the money. The key is just to start small. Make a tiny investment. Action creates confidence.
And I really want to land on this next point, because it might be the most important thing you hear today. If you are struggling with money, it is not a character flaw. It is not a moral failing. You're not dumb or lazy or unlucky. You are simply operating within systems, both inside your own head and out in the world, that you probably never consciously chose for yourself.
But the great news is you can choose a different system. You can choose a new one, starting right now. In 90 days, your financial life could be completely unrecognizable, not because you got lucky, but because you chose a framework designed to work with your brain, not against it. The choice is yours.